There is a reason your heart still aches when you hear the word love. Somewhere along the way, love began to mean loss, disappointment, or leaving. But love was never the wound, it was the lesson that showed you where the light still wanted to enter. If you have ever whispered, maybe I'm too much, or maybe I'm not enough, this is for you. If you've spent nights replaying what went wrong, believing love is for others but not for you, this is for you. You are not broken. You are simply remembering what it feels like to be whole. You deserve to feel loved again, not because you fixed yourself, not because someone else finally chooses you, but because love never left. It has been waiting under the rubble of old hurt, ready to rise the moment you stop guarding the door. Close your eyes and imagine this. You wake one morning and your first thought is not worry, not shame, but a quiet thank you. You look in the mirror and see kindness in your own reflection. You trust your softness again. That is the dream outcome of self-love, peace that needs no permission. Now picture its opposite. Another year carrying invisible armor, pretending you don't care, shrinking when affection appears because you've learned to expect the ending before the beginning. That is the nightmare of living without self-love. It is survival without joy. Every day you postpone loving yourself, you teach the world how to do the same. The longer you wait, the louder the inner critic grows. But the moment you speak to yourself with tenderness, even once, your entire life begins to listen. You may think, but I've tried before. I said the affirmations. I forgave. I opened up and it still hurt. Love doesn't punish, misunderstanding does. You cannot heal by using the same voice that once blamed you. This time, we begin differently, with gentleness, not judgment. Look at the proof. There are women who once swore they would never trust again. Now, walking through life open-hearted, they are not special. They simply stopped negotiating with pain. They practiced new words until their bodies believed them. You can too. Consider the cost of doing nothing. Another relationship built on fear. Another friendship where you hide your truth. Another night wondering why you attract those who cannot see you. When self-love is missing, every connection becomes a mirror of that absence. But love returns easily when you stop chasing and start allowing. Healing is not another task. It's what happens when you rest inside honesty. You don't have to force affection, you only have to stop rejecting yourself first. Ease is the doorway, love walks through. Remember, you will not lose anything real by loving yourself. You will, however, lose the need to beg for scraps of validation. You will lose the habit of over-explaining your worth. You will lose the ache of being misunderstood and gain the peace of being seen, even if only by you, when you treat yourself as someone worth cherishing. The world takes notice. Partners, friends, even strangers respond to your quiet assurance. You no longer audition for belonging, you radiate it. That is how self-love changes status. It turns need into magnetism. Think of your timeline. In the past, love was something you chased. In the present, you are learning to generate it. In the future, it will flow through every part of your life, your work, your family, your art, because love freely given to yourself cannot help but overflow. Maybe you fear starting again. You've built walls for safety, and they worked for a time. But healing asks for open windows, not barricades. The same courage that built your protection can now build your peace. You are not dismantling yourself. You are letting light in. Place your hand on your heart. Feel that pulse. That is proof that love is still circulating. You cannot lose what beats within you. Whisper, I am willing to feel loved again. These words are not wishful. They are commands to your own cells to remember harmony. Forgive yourself for the years spent doubting. You were only trying to stay safe. Every unkind thought, every moment of hiding was an attempt to avoid pain. But now you are wiser. You can thank those defenses and release them. They've served their purpose. You do not need anyone else's apology to begin again. You do not need closure, permission, or perfect timing. You only need willingness. Once you choose to love yourself, the past loses authority over you. Forgiveness becomes freedom, not approval of the past, but peace with it. Your healing will ripple outward. Children will feel safer around you. Friends will soften in your presence. Even your home will seem lighter. Self-love is contagious. It teaches everyone around you what love truly feels like: calm, consistent, unconditional. And when you lie down tonight, say quietly, "Life loves me." Let those 3 words sink into every tired cell. Feel them as warmth in your chest, softness in your jaw, ease in your breath. You are retraining your body to recognize truth. This is not about pretending the past didn't happen. It's about choosing to live beyond it. You are not the heartbreak. You are the heart that survived. Every scar is a doorway through which compassion enters. Every tear you've cried has watered the garden of your rebirth. So listen closely to these affirmations that follow. Let them wash over you like sunlight through an open window. Each one is a gentle command to remember your worth, to reopen the flow of love that never truly left. You are worthy of care. You are safe to receive love. You are allowed to start again. Let them sink deeper each time you listen. Soon, the voice of fear will fade, and the voice of love, your true voice, will become the loudest sound in your mind. You deserve to feel loved again, not someday, not after more healing, but now, because love was never outside of you. It has always been the home you are returning to. Stay, listen, repeat, and love will find you right where you are. There was a time when love was simple. It was the warmth in your mother's voice, the comfort of small arms around you, the joy of sunlight on your skin. Before words like approval or deserve ever touched your mind, love was your native language. You breathed it without effort, received it without question. That innocence still lives within you. It has only been covered by misunderstanding. Somewhere along the way, love became conditional. You learned that to be loved, you must behave, perform, please. That love could be lost if you made a mistake. The heart, once open and unguarded, began to measure every interaction. You thought, if I am perfect, they will stay. And so you worked, not from joy, but from fear of losing affection. Yet love in its truest form was never a transaction. It was never earned through sacrifice or obedience. Love simply is. It does not arrive because of your goodness, nor depart because of your flaws. It is the very current of life, constant and benevolent. When you forget that, love seems scarce. When you remember it, love becomes the air you breathe. Love was never the cause of suffering. What hurt you were the conditions placed upon it, the expectations, the fears, the silent demand. Love never wounds. Only the absence of love does. Every heartbreak, every disappointment was not love failing you, but fear pretending to be love. Fear says, prove yourself. Love says, be yourself. Fear withdraws when mistakes are made. Love stays and understands. Fear shrinks the heart. Love expands it. When you begin to notice which voice you have been listening to, you reclaim your power to choose again. True love, the kind that heals, never demands proof. It never asks, are you worthy? It simply invites, will you allow me to flow through you? It does not calculate or control, it allows. Like sunlight, it shines, because shining is its nature. Whether you stand in the light or turn away, the sun remains. So does love. Many have confused love with dependency, with needing someone to fill the empty places inside. Yet love cannot be contained by need. It cannot survive where it is used to patch a wound rather than celebrate wholeness. Real love flows between whole beings, not as rescue, but as recognition. Healing begins the moment you remember that love was never meant to be earned. You were born from love, sustained by love, and return to love every time you choose kindness toward yourself. The child who once sought approval from others was only seeking reunion with the truth. I am already loved. Close your eyes now and imagine a time before you learned fear. Perhaps you were very small, running freely, laughing without reason. The air itself felt alive, every color brighter. In that innocence, love was natural. You did not question your worth. You simply existed as joy. That memory is not imagination, it is remembrance. Let yourself feel that same freedom for a moment. Breathe it in. Each breath carries you closer to the truth that love has never left you. It merely waited behind the noise of doubt. When you feel safe enough to stop chasing, it finds you again effortlessly. Love is not a reward others give. It is the rhythm of life moving through everything. The tree reaching for light, the river flowing toward the sea, your heart beating in your chest, all are expressions of that same living current. You cannot separate yourself from love any more than you can separate yourself from breath. When you look back on those who hurt you, remember this: they were searching for love too, clumsily, fearfully, often forgetting that they already had it. When you see their confusion, compassion replaces bitterness. Understanding heals what judgment could not. Every person you meet is a messenger showing you what you believe about love. Those who withheld it remind you to give it freely. Those who gave it conditionally teach you to love without bargains. Even those who left show you that love, when true, remains within you after they are gone. As you listen now, allow a small smile to form. You are beginning to remember what love truly is. Not drama, not longing, but peace. Love is the stillness beneath all change, the quiet assurance that you are never alone. Say softly to yourself, I am willing to see love as it truly is, not as I once feared it to be. These words are a doorway. They open the mind to new understanding, the heart to old truth. You are not seeking love, you are learning to recognize it in everything, especially in yourself. Love, once misunderstood, becomes once again the teacher it was always meant to be. It shows you that gentleness is strength, that forgiveness is freedom, and that your value has never been in question. Tonight, you begin the journey back to that truth. Remember, love has not forgotten you. It has only been waiting for you to stop running, and when you stand still long enough to feel it again, you will know it was never gone, only unseen. For many, love became something to fear the moment it was linked with pain. The first heartbreak, the cold silence of disapproval, the words that made you feel small, they left their shadows on your heart. To survive, you built walls believing they would protect you. Yet the same walls that kept out pain also kept out peace. When we are young, love feels like air everywhere, invisible, assumed. But it only takes one moment of rejection to make a child believe that love can disappear. A raised voice, a withdrawn smile, a cold glance small to the adult, but vast to the child. In that moment, the tender heart learns, I must earn warmth. I must perform to be kept. We did not know that the people we longed for were carrying their own unloved stories. They could not give what they did not have. So their fears became our lessons. Their absence became our pattern. And unknowingly, we began to repeat what hurt us, chasing the very kind of love that had once abandoned us. The wounds of the heart are rarely loud. They live quietly, in the subtle ways we hold back, in the fear of being seen too closely, in the apology that slips into every sentence, in the way we downplay joy so no one calls us naive. We learn that safety lies in distance, not truth. But distance, no matter how well built, is a lonely place to live. Many think they have moved on, but moving on is not the same as healing. You can bury memories beneath years of achievement and distraction, yet the body remembers. The chest tightens when someone offers affection. The throat closes when it's time to speak truth. These are not signs of weakness. They are love's echoes asking for attention. Protection served you once. It helped you survive when tenderness felt unsafe. It was your armor, your clever invention. But protection is not peace. It is only the pause before healing. The heart is not meant to live behind gates. It is meant to breathe. And tonight it wants permission to do so again. Perhaps you have mistaken self-protection for self-worth. You told yourself, I will never let anyone hurt me again. Yet love cannot enter through a closed door. You thought you were safe, but you were only hidden. True safety is not the absence of vulnerability. It is the trust that even when you open, you will survive. The child within you, the one who learned to shrink, to stay loved, is still waiting to hear. You did nothing wrong. You were always enough. That child built walls out of misunderstanding. Now it is your turn, as the adult, to open the windows. The same courage that once built defenses can now build peace. Close your eyes for a moment and picture that small version of you. See their innocent face, their eyes wide with hope. They are not broken, only tired of pretending they are unhurt. Kneel beside them, take their hand, and whisper, it is safe to love again. Feel their small body exhale, the fear begin to ease. Forgive yourself for the years spent running from your own tenderness. You were trying to stay safe, to avoid the ache that once felt unbearable. Every wall, every silence was an act of self-preservation. But you are no longer that frightened child. You have wisdom now. You can thank your walls for keeping you alive and gently lay them down. Love cannot reach where blame still lives. Many people carry guilt for trusting the wrong person, for giving too much, for ignoring red flags. But guilt chains you to the very pain you wish to leave behind. When you forgive yourself for not knowing better, you open the way for better to arrive. To open the heart again is not to invite old pain, it is to rewrite what love means. It is to say, this time I will love with awareness. This time I will love from fullness, not from lack. Healing is not about recreating the past, but transforming its lesson into wisdom. The heart knows how to heal. Like the skin that closes over a wound, it restores itself when given gentleness. You do not have to force it open. You have only to stop holding it closed. The body softens when the heart feels safe, and the heart feels safe when met with understanding. You are not fragile for wanting love. You are human. The longing you feel is not weakness, but memory, the soul's remembrance of connection. Even when you tried to numb it, love remained beneath the surface, steady, patient, waiting for you to believe again. Fear told you that if you opened, you would lose yourself. But love, real love, does the opposite. It gives you back to yourself. It reveals your own capacity for compassion, your own depth of patience. It shows you that the heart grows stronger each time it chooses, understanding over defense. Every experience that hurt you was not proof of unworthiness, but proof of your ability to feel deeply. And the one who feels deeply also heals deeply. You were never too sensitive. You were simply tuned to love's frequency in a world that often forgets to listen. As you listen now, place your hand over your heart. Feel its rhythm. It has never stopped, not once, even when you thought you couldn't go on. It is your oldest friend, your truest companion. Whisper to it softly, "It is safe to love again." Those words are medicine. The body will understand before the mind does. When you affirm safety, the nervous system relaxes. The walls built by fear begin to dissolve. The heart opens not with force, but with relief. It is not about trusting others immediately, it is about trusting life again. Trusting that you can meet love without losing yourself. Love will meet you in the measure you meet yourself. As you become gentler within, the world around you shifts. People appear who understand your language, who honor your boundaries without fear. This is not coincidence, it is alignment. You are not being asked to rush. Healing is not a race. The heart blooms at its own pace. Sometimes it opens petal by petal, one word of kindness at a time. What matters is your willingness to begin. Willingness is the seed. Love is the inevitable flower. As you rest tonight, let go of the story that says you are hard to love. That story was written by fear, not truth. You are not difficult, you are sacred. You are not too much, you are just learning to inhabit your fullness again. Let this thought close this part for you. The heart that once closed in fear is opening now in faith. Feel it, the quiet shifting within, the warmth spreading through your chest. This is what healing sounds like when it happens in silence. And as you drift into that softness, know this: the heart remembers the way home to love. It only ever needed your permission to begin the journey. Somewhere inside there is a voice that whispers you are not enough. You may not even notice it anymore. It has lived with you so long. It speaks quietly at first, a hesitation before you accept praise, a tightening when someone shows affection, a flinch when life gives you something good. It is the echo of old misunderstanding, not truth. This voice was not born with you. You learned it. Perhaps from a weary parent who could not love themselves, from teachers who mistook discipline for care, or from a world that confused value with achievement. Every time you absorbed their doubts, that voice grew stronger. But remember, what is learned can be unlearned. The mind repeats what it hears most often. And so the words of unworthiness, repeated for years, have become habit. Habits are not destiny. They are choices made unconscious through repetition. The same power that once repeated, "I am not enough," can now repeat, "I am learning to love myself." That is the miracle of thought it can be. Redirected. You cannot feel unloved without first believing you are undeserving. Yet worthiness has never depended on approval. It is not earned, it is inherent. A flower does not wait for permission to bloom, nor does the sun ask to rise. They express their nature freely, just as you were meant to express love. When you say, "I am not enough," you are only describing a temporary forgetfulness. Beneath that thought is a deeper truth. You are, and have always been, love in human form. The voice of unworthiness can only exist when you stop listening to the voice of love that speaks more quietly, yet more truthfully from within. You do not need to argue with your critical thoughts. They are not enemies, they are frightened messengers. They warn you of rejection because they were created to protect you from pain. You can thank them for their service and gently teach them new words. Say, "I hear you and I choose love instead." The mind learns quickly when met with kindness. Every time you criticize yourself, your body contracts as though bracing for impact. Every time you speak kindly, it softens in relief. The heart opens, the breath deepens, and your energy begins to flow freely again. The cells listen to your words as children listen to their mother. Speak with tenderness, and they will heal. The belief in unworthiness often hides beneath comparison. You see another's joy and call it your lack. You see another's beauty and call it your flaw. But love does not measure, it celebrates. Every soul shines in its own way, and none threaten the other. The sky loses nothing when another star appears. Notice when your mind begins to compare or diminish. Instead of feeding the thought, breathe. Whisper inwardly, I am safe to be me. The old belief loses power each time you interrupt its pattern. Repetition made it, repetition can unmake it. The heart heals faster through forgiveness than through analysis. You do not need to trace every wound to its source. You only need to forgive yourself for believing lies about your worth. Forgiveness is a quiet act, not a grand declaration. It is the moment you decide to stop punishing yourself for not being perfect. Say softly, I release the need to punish myself. I am safe to receive kindness. Feel the words settle in your chest. These words are not wishful. They are instructions to your own mind. You are giving it a new script, one written in compassion instead of fear. Each time you choose love over judgment, you strengthen new pathways of thought. The mind, like a garden, will grow whatever you water. Water it with gentle thoughts. Praise your efforts, bless your mistakes. Every moment of self-approval is a seed planted for future peace. When the old voice returns, and it will do not despair. Healing is not the absence of the voice, but the refusal to believe it anymore. You will hear it and smile as you might at a story you once found frightening. It no longer rules. It only reminds you of how far you've come. The more you practice self-kindness, the quieter that voice becomes. It cannot thrive where love speaks louder. The day will come when you wake and realize you have not criticized yourself once since dawn. That silence is not emptiness, it is freedom. Love cannot enter where self-condemnation lives. The heart closes in judgment, but opens in mercy. Mercy toward yourself is the beginning of every healing. To say, I did my best with what I knew, is not weakness, it is truth. You may fear that self-approval will make you complacent, but love never weakens, it strengthens. When you love yourself, you naturally care for your body, your home, your dreams. You act not from guilt, but from devotion. Self-love makes you more responsible, not less. If you could see yourself as life sees you, you would never doubt again. Life looks upon you with constant forgiveness, constant faith. It knows your divinity beneath the disguises of doubt. Each morning it whispers, begin again. Each breath is proof that you are still chosen. Think of how far you have already come. All the nights you doubted your worth and still woke to try again. All the times you feared rejection and still offered kindness. You are living evidence that love is stronger than fear. You are already practicing self-love, simply by listening now. Every thought that honors your goodness rebuilds you. Every act of patience toward yourself mends an old tear in the fabric of your soul. You do not need to be perfect to be worthy of love. You only need to be willing. Willingness invites grace, and grace does the rest. Let the old words fall away. Let the phrases of criticism dissolve into silence. In that silence, you will hear a new language forming the voice of your own heart, whispering, I am enough. I have always been enough. Repeat it now with feeling, I am learning to love myself. I release the need to punish myself. I am safe to receive kindness. The body sighs, the heart expands. This is how transformation feels, not sudden, but steady, like dawn spreading across the sky. Know this, every kind thought you think of yourself is a prayer heard by life, and life always answers prayer with opportunities to practice love. Soon you will begin to see love mirrored back to you in smiles, in synchronicities, in peace that no longer leaves when others do. You are not becoming worthy, you are remembering that you already were. The voice of unworthiness was never your own. You have the power to dismiss it with a smile and a breath, for beneath all thought, you are love itself, eternal, radiant, and free. The body is the home of the soul. It carries every joy, every sorrow, every lesson you have ever lived. It remembers everything not as punishment, but as devotion. When the mind forgets, the body keeps record. It is your most loyal companion, and yet for many, it has been treated as the enemy. Healing begins when we come home to it again. So many of us learn to live from the neck up, analyzing, planning, defending, while the body quietly bore the weight of emotions we never voiced. We mistook tension for strength, numbness for peace, but the body cannot lie. When it aches, when it tightens, when it feels heavy, it is only trying to say, please love me too. The body does not ask for perfection, it asks for presence. It does not need you to look a certain way or perform at a certain pace. It only needs your attention, your gratitude, your gentleness. When you treat the body as sacred ground rather than something to fix, love becomes a physical reality rather than an idea. Every act of care, you give yourself rest, nourishment, movement, touch, is a prayer made visible. It is how you show the universe that you are ready to receive love in form. The body listens to every gesture. A deep breath says, I trust life. A slow meal says, I deserve. Ease. A kind glance in the mirror says, I approve of myself. When you deny the body affection, you deny yourself the experience of love. You may speak affirmations, but if you still withhold comfort from your physical self, the heart struggles to believe. True self-love must reach the body, for it is through this vessel that love becomes flesh. Spirit and matter meet in tenderness. Close your eyes now and bring your awareness to your breath. Do not change it. Simply observe. Feel the rise and fall in your chest. That rhythm is love made audible. It is the constant reminder that something greater is breathing you. You do not have to control this rhythm. You only have to honor it. Let your attention move gently through your body as though you are walking through a familiar home. Begin at the feet. They have carried you through every joy and sorrow, often unthanked. Whisper to them, thank you for supporting me. Feel the warmth that spreads when gratitude touches. Forgotten places. Move upward to your legs. They are pillars of movement, holding you steady through life's changes. Thank you for your strength. Then to your hips, where so much emotion has rested. I allow ease here. I let go of the past. Feel the release as tension begins to soften, like ice meeting sun. Place your hands on your abdomen. This is the center that processes everything you take in, not only food, but feelings. Speak to it gently. You are safe to relax. I trust my life. The stomach loosens when it no longer feels it must guard against attack. The body begins to trust when you do. Now bring your attention to your chest, the home of the heart. Feel its steady rhythm. It has worked tirelessly for you, beating even when you felt unloved, continuing even when hope was dim. Whisper, thank you for your faithfulness. I am listening now. Gratitude is the language the body understands best. Move to your shoulders, those quiet carriers of the world's burdens. I lay down what is not mine to hold. Then to your neck and jaw, where words unsaid and tears uncried often rest. I allow my truth to flow freely. I forgive myself for silences kept in fear. You may feel a small tremor, a release. That is the body exhaling years of protection. Finally, bring your awareness to your face. I soften my expression. I no longer need to wear masks to be accepted. I am safe to be seen. The muscles respond instantly. The body, when spoken to with love, is eager to obey. It has been waiting for kindness. If tears come, let them. They are not weakness, they are movement. Every tear is emotion leaving the body, clearing space for peace to enter. The body knows how to cleanse itself when given permission. Your job is not to stop it, but to bless the process. When you offer approval to your body, guilt and shame begin to dissolve. For years, many have used criticism as motivation, believing that harshness creates discipline. But the body does not bloom under judgment. It blooms under love. Speak kindly to yourself, and you will see your reflection change before your eyes. Repeat after me. My body is the home of love. I treat it with kindness and respect. Let that sentence echo within you. Feel how the body responds, a softening, a warmth, perhaps even a small sigh. That is life agreeing with truth. You may have apologized to others, but have you ever apologized to your body? Try it now. I'm sorry for the times I ignored your needs, for the nights I denied you rest, for the years I judged you for carrying my pain. Thank you for staying with me. The body never holds resentment. The moment it is acknowledged, it forgives completely. Your body is not a burden, it is your ally. It is the bridge between your spirit and the world. Every touch of love you give it ripples outward into your relationships, your work, your presence. When you walk with awareness, you teach others what self-respect looks like. Self-love anchored in the body cannot be shaken. It becomes natural, steady, unquestioned. It is no longer an affirmation but a state of being. When you love your body, you love life itself, for your body is life made visible. Begin to notice how your body feels when you are kind to it. The shoulders loosen, the stomach settles, the eyes soften. This is not coincidence. This is communication. The body responds to love as flowers respond to sunlight, quietly yet unmistakably. You may have thought love was something distant, something to wait for. But every moment of breath, every heartbeat is proof that love has been happening all along. The body has always been on your side. Even in illness, it is trying to communicate, not betray. Every symptom is a request for balance, for tenderness. Thank your body for this miraculous conversation. You are learning to listen again, to translate its wisdom back into love. From this day forward, you are partners in healing. What once felt like resistance becomes dialogue. What once felt like pain becomes awareness. As we close this part, rest in the simple knowing that your body and your heart are no longer strangers. You have reintroduced them to one another. Where once there was tension, now there is trust. Where once there was silence, now there is gratitude. Whisper one last time, my body is the home of love. I treat it with kindness and respect. Let the body receive it fully. Feel how peace spreads from your chest outward, how your breath deepens without effort. This is love grounded, love made real, love living in you. And now, with body and spirit reunited, you are ready to move forward, not as someone seeking love, but as someone who carries it in every cell. Every word you speak is a seed planted in the garden of your life. The soil never questions the seed, it simply nurtures what is placed within it. So it is with your subconscious mind. It listens without judgment, accepting whatever thoughts you repeat as truth. This is why we must choose words with love. They become the house we live in. Many people use words carelessly, unaware of their creative power. They say, I'm so unlucky, or no one ever loves me. And life, faithful as it is, echoes back agreement. But when you begin to speak words of love and worthiness, the entire universe leans closer, listening, ready to assist. You become a deliberate gardener of your experience. When I first began my own journey of healing, I was astonished to discover how my words had shaped my world. Every criticism of myself became a small cut in my soul. Every kind statement became a balm. Words are not simply sounds, they are vibrations that teach the body what to believe. Affirmations are not magic spells, they are reminders of truth. They do not create something new, they awaken what was asleep. When spoken with sincerity and patience, they become living forces, rearranging thought, patterns, rewriting memory, healing old stories. They teach the heart a new language, the language of love. The key is repetition. You cannot plant a seed once and expect a harvest tomorrow. The subconscious learns through gentle consistency. Each time you affirm a loving truth, you are laying another brick in the foundation of your new self. Soon the structure of your mind is built upon faith rather than fear. Let us now practice together 7 affirmations for self-love, 7 gentle truths that, when repeated, restore you to peace. As you speak them, breathe slowly. Let each phrase travel not only through your mind, but into your body, your cells, your bones. I am worthy of love exactly as I am. Say it softly. Feel how it lands within you. You do not need to earn worthiness. It is not an achievement. It is your essence. Even when you doubted, even when you struggled, worthiness never left. You simply stopped recognizing it. Speak these words until they no longer feel like comfort, but like fact. It is safe for me to open my heart again. You have guarded your tenderness for so long, but the danger is over. The heart is wiser now. It knows whom to trust. Love will not hurt you, misunderstanding will. By opening your heart, you are not becoming vulnerable to pain, you are becoming available to joy. I forgive myself for the times I forgot my worth. Forgiveness is the bridge between pain and peace. Every time you held on to guilt, you kept the wound open. But now you can release it with gratitude. You are learning, you are surviving. The past does not define you, it refines you. Speak this and watch heaviness turn into light. I release the past with gratitude and peace. The past has done its job. It has shown you what you no longer need. By thanking it, you free yourself from its hold. Gratitude closes the circle of experience, turning memory into wisdom. The more you release, the more space love has to enter. I am loved by life itself. You are surrounded by evidence of love, the warmth of the sun, the rhythm of breath, the beating of your heart. All of life is on your side. Even challenges arrive as disguised teachers. When you affirm this truth, the world begins to reveal its kindness everywhere you look. My presence is a gift to the world. You do not have to do anything extraordinary to matter. Your being alone is contribution. Every smile, every patient act, every quiet forgiveness ripples outward. You bless the world simply by existing as yourself. Every day I grow softer, stronger, and more loving toward myself. Softness and strength are not opposites. They are the same love expressed in balance. The more you accept yourself, the stronger you become. For nothing outside can shake one who stands in self-approval. Now take a deep breath. Feel the power of these 7 truths surrounding you like light. They are not wishes. They are facts the soul has always known. You are only remembering. Each time you repeat them, something in your energy shifts. At first, you may not notice, but slowly your posture changes, your eyes brighten, your choices become kinder. This is how affirmations work, from the invisible to the visible, from the inner to the outer. Say them in the morning when your mind is still soft from sleep. Say them at night when the world grows quiet. Say them whenever fear begins to rise. Each repetition is like a drop of water carving a canyon of truth through stone. Some may tell you that words alone cannot change your life, but I have watched thousands prove otherwise. Words become thoughts, thoughts become actions, actions become character, and character becomes destiny. The entire pattern begins with what you say to yourself when no one else is listening. If the old voice of doubt interrupts, do not argue. Simply continue. Love does not shout, it persists. You are teaching your mind new music, and at first the old song will try to return. Smile at it, then sing louder the song of self-love. Imagine now that each affirmation is a thread of golden light weaving around your heart. The more you speak, the stronger the weave becomes, until your heart is surrounded by an armor of peace, soft yet unbreakable. Nothing negative can penetrate love's fabric once it is firmly in place. Remember, affirmations are not for pretending. They are not about denying pain or difficulty. They are about affirming your ability to meet life with love rather than fear. They remind you that peace is possible even in challenge, that grace is available even in growth. When you speak kindly to yourself, you awaken the divine within. You become both healer and healed. The power that made your body knows how to restore your mind if only you allow it. Each affirmation is a key turning gently in a long-locked door. Repeat them slowly now, letting the sound of your own voice soothe you. I am worthy of love exactly as I am. It is safe for me to open my heart again. I forgive myself for the times I forgot my worth. I release the past with gratitude and peace. I am loved by life itself. My presence is a gift to the world. Every day I grow softer, stronger, and more loving toward myself. Breathe. Let these words settle deep into your being. The heart relaxes, the breath steadies, the mind quiets. You have spoken truth, and truth always brings peace. Speak these words until your body sighs in relief. That sigh is the soul recognizing home. It is the moment the affirmations become not ideas, but lived reality. From this place of truth, love becomes effortless, because you have remembered you were never without it. For so long you have known how to give. You gave time, energy, forgiveness, understanding. You gave beyond your own capacity because it felt natural, because giving was safe. But when it was time to receive, something inside hesitated. The heart tensed, the breath shortened, and you said, "It's all right, I'm fine." That moment was not humility, it was fear dressed as strength. Receiving is one of the highest acts of trust. It says, "I believe life loves me enough to care for me through others." When you refuse to receive, you block that flow. You stop the circulation of love that longs to move freely through you. Giving and receiving are the same current one. Exhales, the other inhales. Love needs both to live. You may have been taught that accepting help makes you weak, that you must always be the strong one, the dependable one. But strength without softness becomes isolation. The one who gives endlessly without allowing in return soon runs dry. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and life does not wish you empty. Many deny affection not because they do not want it, but because they do not feel worthy of it. Compliments are deflected, kindness questioned, generosity refused. These are not rejections of others, they are rejections of self. They whisper, "I am not enough to deserve this," and in doing so, close the gate through which love enters. Let us open that gate again gently. Remember a time when someone offered you love, perhaps a gift, a kind word, a touch, and you turned it away. You may have thought you were being polite, modest, independent, but what if you had simply said, "Thank you," and let yourself feel the warmth behind the gesture? Imagine that moment again, but this time allow it in. Feel the difference. When you receive with grace, you honor both yourself and the giver. You affirm their goodness and your own. Love grows through acknowledgement. Every time you say thank you and truly mean it, you become a vessel through which the universe expresses its generosity. You deserve to receive because you are part of life's harmony. The tide does not apologize for returning to the shore. The flower does not resist the sun. In the same way, you are meant to receive love from ex-team, others, from nature, from yourself. It is your birthright. Close your eyes and whisper softly, I am open to receive love in all its forms. Feel those words awaken the heart. The body responds, the shoulders drop, the breath deepens. You are no longer bracing against life. You are allowing it to touch you. Life loves to give to those who will receive. When you open to its gifts, it floods you with grace. Opportunities appear where you once saw obstacles. Kindness seems to find you in the smallest details, a smile from a stranger, a friend's unexpected call, the beauty of morning light. These are all forms of love arriving at your door. It may feel strange at first to accept without guilt. Old conditioning will whisper, you must repay this, you must earn it. But love does not keep accounts. It gives freely because giving is its joy. Your task is not to repay, but to pass it forward, to let the love you receive ripple outward through your words, your actions, your being. To receive is to acknowledge that you are not separate from life, but part of its continual exchange. The air you breathe, the food you eat, the support you feel, all are gifts. Every breath you take is the universe giving itself to you, and each exhale is your thank you in return. When you live in this rhythm, scarcity dissolves. You stop asking, am I enough? And begin saying, I am complete. You stop fearing that love will run out because you have learned it renews itself through openness. The one who receives with gratitude never lacks. Perhaps the hardest thing to receive is your own love. We are taught to give compassion outward, but to demand perfection inward. Yet until you can receive your own kindness, no amount of love from others will satisfy. Stand before the mirror tonight and say, I am willing to love and be loved. Watch your reflection soften. That is your soul recognizing truth. Receiving begins with small acts. Let someone hold the nister, the mirror tonight, door for you. Accept a compliment without deflection. Rest when your body asks. Eat slowly and savor. Listen when the wind speaks through the trees. Life is always offering affection. It is you who decides whether to notice. There is no selfishness in accepting goodness. When you receive, you honor the giver, the moment, the flow of existence. The sun does not apologize for shining. It fulfills its purpose. So do you when you let love in. Love is not a favor to be earned. It is a frequency to be attuned to. You receive it by aligning your thoughts with gratitude. Each thank you, each smile, each breath of appreciation tunes you to life's generosity. As you learn to receive, your relationships change. You attract those who understand the balance between giving and allowing. The exhausting patterns of one-sided effort dissolve. In their place comes harmony, people who see your worth because you now see it yourself. The heart that knows how to receive no longer fears losing. It knows love is infinite. Even when one channel closes, another opens. Love cannot be withheld from one who recognizes it everywhere. It is not bound to form or person. It is the essence of life flowing through all. Say this with me. I am open to receive love in all its forms. Repeat until the words no longer feel like a request, but like a declaration. Notice how the energy within you changes. Life hears openness as invitation, and what is invited in faith always arrives. From now on, when kindness comes, you will not turn away. When love appears, you will not shrink back in disbelief. You will meet it as an equal, knowing that to receive does not diminish you. It completes the circle of love that began long before your fear. And when you receive fully, you teach by example. Those around you learn that it is safe to soften, to trust, to open. Your willingness becomes a light in their darkness, showing them that love is not something rare, but something natural, constant. Tonight, let your prayer be simple. I receive. Nothing more, nothing less. Let those words echo quietly in your heart. You do not need to know what form love will take. Life will decide that for you. Your part is only to remain open. And as you rest, imagine love entering through your breath, soft light moving into every corner of your being. Each inhale receives, each exhale blesses. You are now living in harmony with the pulse of the universe, the rhythm of giving and receiving, endlessly renewed. There comes a moment when love no longer feels like something to practice. It becomes the quiet rhythm of your being. You have repeated the affirmations, tended to your heart, returned to your body, and opened to receive. Now the seed of love within you begins to blossom without effort. This is the natural unfolding of truth. To live as love means that you no longer seek to prove it or find it elsewhere. You carry it in your tone, in your eyes, in the way you move through the world. Love becomes the atmosphere around you, not the goal ahead of you. You do not chase it, you emanate it. Every breath says, I am safe, I am whole. The self that once begged for approval has found peace in self-recognition. You do not ask, do they love me? Anymore you ask, how may I express love today? This is freedom to live from fullness instead of hunger, to give without fear of depletion, to love without needing to be chosen in return. Love once remembered is effortless. You no longer perform goodness to be liked or soften truth to avoid conflict. You speak kindly because it feels natural. You listen because compassion has replaced defense. You move through each moment as one who knows they belong to life and life belongs to them. When you live as love, even silence becomes healing. Your presence alone comforts. People feel safe around you because they sense no judgment, no hidden agenda. You have become a sanctuary where others may rest simply by being near you. This is the silent ministry of the healed heart. You may notice that your relationships begin to transform. Some will deepen beautifully, others may gently fall away. Love does not cling. It allows each connection to serve its sacred purpose. The more you live in alignment with truth, the more life surrounds you with those who mirror your peace. To live as love also means to honor your boundaries. True love does not mean endless tolerance. It means honesty, clarity, and respect for yourself and for others. When you say no from self-respect, it is still an act of love. When you walk away from what diminishes you, you honor the divinity within. Love is not blind, it is wise. It does not rescue at the cost of self, nor does it abandon in fear. It meets life exactly as it is and blesses it. When you love from awareness, every choice becomes sacred. You no longer react, you respond from calm understanding. There was a time when you thought love meant sacrifice, that to be good was to give until you were empty. But now you know that true love replenishes. It cannot run out because it flows through you, not from you. You are not the source, you are the channel. The river never worries about running dry because it trusts its connection to the ocean. When you wake each morning, let your first thought be one of appreciation. Life loves me. These 3 words anchor you in the truth of abundance. Gratitude opens the heart wider than desire ever could. The one who is thankful cannot feel lack. Love flourishes in thankfulness. As you move through your day, bring love to ordinary moments. Bless the water as you drink it. Thank your body as you walk. Smile at the stranger who passes. Each small act multiplies love's presence in the world. You become both student and teacher of peace simply by living gently. Love is not found in grand gestures. It is revealed in quiet consistency. The tone of your voice when you speak to yourself, the patience you offer, your own mistakes, these are the places where heaven begins. When you can hold your own heart without judgment, you become unstoppable in your kindness. Even challenges become classrooms of compassion. When someone tests your peace, you have the chance to strengthen it. When old fears arise, you meet them not with panic, but curiosity. Love whispers, "Here is another place where I can enter." Every irritation is an invitation to return to softness. Living as love does not mean life will always be easy. It means that even when storms come, you remember the calm within. You become the stillness that steadies the waves. You do not deny pain, but you no longer identify with it. You allow it to move through you without becoming you. You will find yourself forgiving more quickly, smiling more often, worrying less. Where once you sought validation, now you offer understanding. The world feels lighter because your perception has changed. Love has adjusted your vision. You now see grace where once you saw lack. When you speak, let your words carry gentleness. When you listen, let your attention be prayer. When you act, let every gesture say, "I am love in motion." You need not announce it. Love announces itself through energy. The peace you radiate becomes your unspoken language. Let us close this journey with a simple visualization. Imagine yourself surrounded by a soft golden light. It encircles your body, your thoughts, your emotions. It moves through you like warm sunlight through water. With every breath, the light expands until it fills the room, then the sky, then the world. This is love extending itself through you. Now whisper, "I am love and I live in love." Feel those words vibrate through every cell. You have spoken the most powerful truth there is. You are not seeking love, you are remembering your nature. Love is not what you do, it is what you are. From this moment forward, let love be your default thought. When confusion arises, ask, "What would love do here?" The answer will always be clear, always gentle, always kind. Love never chooses fear, never delays forgiveness, never closes the door. As love becomes your way of being, miracles unfold naturally. You attract opportunities that reflect your peace. You inspire others without trying. Even in solitude, you feel full, for you have discovered that love never needed another person to stay alive. It needed only your attention. Take a deep breath now, letting this truth settle into your heart. You deserve to feel loved again, not because you have changed, but because you have remembered. Love never left you. It was here, waiting patiently beneath the noise of unworthiness, ready to rise at your permission. Affirm softly, "I rest in love, I rise in love, and I share love. All is well in my world." Repeat until the words feel like home. They are the completion of every lesson, the final exhale of every doubt. Love is your origin, your teacher, your destiny, and now you are living as its proof. Everywhere you go, may your presence remind others that they too are loved because you have remembered first.